How are you? We're back. We're doing the payroll billing format for 4 positions. Apparently, when we started working on this payroll format, there was only 1 position. But we will have to create a new form. It has to have including the 4 positions. The report is already made. As you can see, this is the format for that report. But this report has to be printed using this form. So the data, like the data here, should be inside this form. But that's not what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about a missing field, like this field, the field of the company code was not included when we were creating this report. So as much as we would want to explain how to include that field in this report, it's the same way of reviewing what we did with this report format. So let's start with the flow. This report or the billing statement, like this one created from this file, is it comes from one file, the billing statement file, which is a report format. That's why it's labeled green, because it comes from a report format like this one. If you see the green portion here, that means these are the report format we're talking about here. You see? That's why we present it in a green form. Okay. The next step is from this format, right? We find out what is that form that this report is using. So we go to design and we go to property sheet, and we will see that that is the report that we are using. So here it's clear pay first query. So that query has another query, and if you want to look at it, this is what it looks like. So you go to the query fields, this is what it looks like. These are the data that you will see here. These are the data. It's coming from this file or here. So as a review, we have a billing statement which looks like this. Supposed to be, it looks like that, and it comes from this report. See, when you print this report and you print it and you print that report in a form, it should be here. This should be what that report should look like. So again, it came from a billing statement and from a report file, that's why it's called green, and then the file itself where the report comes from. So that's the review of the 3 phases here down below. Now this report, if you notice, it's a summary. It's a summary of totals. See? Those are summary of totals from what? From what report? From what file? From this file above. Clear pay first. So let's look at that. that is where it came from. This total over here, down below, went to this file. Okay. So this file down below here came from this file. Here. Right? Now that file really came from the payroll file. Because that's what this billing is for. It's for this first pay period. It's a billing statement for this pay period automatically generated. Now we've discussed something of this nature before, but we discussed only for one position. This one is for a format for 4 positions. If you notice, we go back, you see the positions there. Security guards for the 12 hours day shifts, security guards for the 12 hours night shift, security guards for the 8 hours day shift, and security guard for the night shift. Okay, now go back to the form. Okay, so that came from the first pay period, and the only qualifying data here, the only qualifying data is that it is not null, meaning that we only included the present, those present in the pay period. So we've discussed this before. If the from to date is blank, or it's empty, then they were not present. They were not present in the payroll. Okay, so it begins with first pay, qualified. If it is blank, it's not included. It goes to declare first pay, and then it is summarized, and from the summary it's generated into the report form where you can now print it. Okay, so but our topic is not this is just a review. Our topic is what if we wanted to include the company code. But if you can see in our sample report, the company code of DPWH BRS Billing1of QC was not included. So what do? We use this flow to guide us. So we go to that billing statement and look at the where it came from. Since it came from the clear first, this is where we should pick up that form.